Okay, so we're going to work on finding the area of a shaded region between the following parabola and the following line. First, draw a graph of the two. Okay, so it's going to start at 1 and plug in points to dot the other points. So x is 1, and the square of x is going to be 2. So when x is 1, y is 2. And it's going to be like a mirror image with the parabola. And 2 squared plus 1 would be 5. If it's 2, then 5. Okay. And kind of finish drawing that parabola. Okay, and then to draw the other line, just negative x plus 3, so I'm going to start at 3. And do the slope of -1 plus 1. Finish making the line. The slope of -1. You can also do +1 minus 1 for the same thing. Okay, and then connect that line. Okay. And the shaded region it had is in between these two here. So if you're looking at the picture here, your area is below y equals negative x plus 3. And then it's also above the x squared plus 1. Y equals x squared plus 1. And then the area that is shaded is between x equals 0 and x equals 1. So there's some different integral formulas that we could look at. To solve it, these is the indefinite integral. We're given some numbers in between, so that would be the integral b of n x would be x to the n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus the constant of c, which is an arbitrary constant. Also have an integral of ax to the n dx equals a times x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. We also have the form of a dx, ax plus c, or ax plus b to the n, derivative equals ax plus b to the n plus 1 plus c over a times plus 1. So here we don't really have any a or b outside of the x's here. It's just 1. So I would say that this form here would be our best form to use. So we're going to go back to that form. Okay. Now to find the integral of this, these. To find the integral of these, we're going to want to find it for the upper minus lower. Riveted. So, for our integral, this over for the part of the problem. We're going to have the area of the functions in between them. It's going to be B to A, so that's between 1 and 0 of our graph points for x. The upper one would be the one that is above things, and things are below of it, and that would be the y equals negative x plus 3. That's the areas below, so that makes it the highest one. So that's going to be negative x plus 3, and we're going to want to minus the other one, which is the lower because the area is above it, x squared plus 1. Okay, so figuring this out here for our integral, we have a negative x squared minus x, and then the minus 1 over plus 2. And then we're going to want to use our integral rule we decided on earlier, the x to the n plus 1, where n plus 1 plus our arbitrary constant of c. So, that being said, we would have our negative x, and we would add 1 to the 2, so that would make it 3, and divide by the 2 plus 1, or 3. We have a minus x, which would technically be to the 1, so we'd add another 1 for a 2, so 1 plus 1 would be over 2. And here we have a 2, so technically be x to the 0, but we're going to add 1 to that, which is going to give it 1x over 0 plus 1 would be over 1. That's c. So that gives us, so between 1 and 0, negative x cubed over 3 minus x squared over 2 plus the 2x, and we have the arbitrary constant. In this case, we're going to try and give it as 0. So now it's time to plug them in, because you want to do the upper minus lower amount. So that means we're going to do the function of 1 minus the function of 0. Their integral function, of course. So that would be plugging these in here. First with our 1s. 1 is 1 cubed minus x. Let's do 1 squared over 2 plus 2 times 1. And then minus from that, 0 cubed over 3 minus 0 squared over 2 plus 2 times 0. That gives us negative 1 over 3. Minus 1 over 2 plus 2. And then minus a total of 0, 0, and 0. So we'd have to combine these. Bringing them both over 6. We'll also want to do that with the 2 as well. So this is going to become a minus 2 over 6 minus 3 over 6 plus 12 over 6. Let's get the total of negative 5 over 6 plus 12 over 6, or 7 over 6. And so it would be an area of 76 units squared. Makes sense when you look back at our picture. You see it's just a little bit here. It's like really like 1 unit or a little bit more here in our picture. So that would be the answer here for the area of the shaded region would be 7/6 or 1 1/6 units squared.